Looking tired and disheveled, 586 migrants disembarked an Italian vessel at the western Sicilian port of Trapani. Now, the migrants were picked up at sea from 3 separate, barely seaworthy boats. Over 10,000 migrants have arrived in Italy over the last 5 days. Since the year 2000, almost 22,000 people have died crossing the Mediterranean. Those that do survive often receive horrible treatment from the smugglers helping them arrive.
They took so much money from us. They locked us in a room for a long time, feeding us a bit of cheese and bread once a day. It was torture. We were verbally abused and insulted. Every day a different person would come in. We couldn't keep track. New people came in with their weapons all the time.
They are suffering from scabies and lice. From a psychological point of view, they are traumatized. They are afraid because they have crossed the sea. They have found themselves in a completely unknown situation. The first evening they got here, they were completely at lost. And here they cannot have what they are asking for, a shower. We do not have the basic facilities here to let them have a shower and clean themselves.
The European Commission says it expects the problem in the Mediterranean to get worse. It says that's due to the combination of improving weather conditions and deepening conflicts in neighboring countries. The EU says it cannot handle the problem alone.
It's also time that we were frank. The European Commission cannot alone do it all. Yes, we are putting all our energy into developing a new comprehensive approach on managing migration, which, as we've said many times, we will be coming forward with in May, moved up from July. But no, we do not have a silver bullet or any kind of panacea that is going to make the situation go away like that, and no amount of finger pointing is going to change that.
International groups have accused the EU of putting thousands of migrants at risk by scrapping rescue operations in the Mediterranean. Italy is abandoning rescue missions in favor of surveillance patrols. The death toll of migrants attempting to make the trek has doubled from this time last year, likely due to conflicts in the Middle East. But along with the rise in immigrants heading to Europe has come the increase of anti-immigrant political parties. 3 of Europe's 4 largest countries have sizable anti-immigrant parties using fear and economic downturns to capitalize on anti-Islamic sentiment. Going against the grain, Greece's new leftist government is freeing scores of undocumented immigrants from detention centers. The Greek immigration minister says that the centers do not have basic supplies and that the people living there are living in barbaric conditions. The minister adds that most of the people there are being held illegally. The United Nations Human Rights Representative for Europe has said that the UN will accompany the Greek government in the process.
It is not just to replace detention by destitution, by leaving persons destitute in the streets. There have to be facilities of a non-prison type character, and it is clear that to create all this will require a kind of redirection of government's energies, redirection of government financing. And so we are ready to accompany the Greek government in this process.